Yo, Big Kish back up in here. We about to go over how DJ Akademiks and Drake's situation just got worse. We got Fantastic Hip Hop giving us the video, y'all. Y'all know how they give it up. I will leave a link in the description. Let's see what they talking about. Man, this seemed pretty interesting. This seemed like a video y'all are not going to want to click off. Wordies, bun, boy. Y'all know I don't like holding y'all. Without further ado, let's get it.
Now, one of the strangest but also most hilarious things in hip-hop right now has been that after becoming the laughing stocks of the genre, both in terms of being an MC and being a voice within the culture, now Drake and DJ Akademiks have reached a point so low where instead of embarrassing themselves by crashing out on other people, they are now at odds with one another, as after a few streams where Akademiks was being rarely critical of Drake, as it started to seem like Ak was facing major consequences from Drake, as he was hopping on live with some of Ak's competition and feeding other people in hip-hop media news that he would usually get. Ak quickly started to backtrack on his negative comments and then just praise and try to make Drake look greater than ever before. But now, after it was pretty clear that Ak's recent change of pace and narrative creating to help Drake in this time was more out of fear for Drake and having something come out about the truth between them on all levels over everything else, this act that was going on behind the scenes just ended up crumbling in really one of the funniest but also jarring ways for the state of hip-hop as a whole that we have seen in quite some time. Because while in almost every manner possible of what Akademiks was doing, he had kept his tracks covered and was checking every weird box he needed to show his audience, OVO, and Drake most importantly, that he really is a stan of his. And in general, no matter what the outcome of the beef was and all the trouble Drake is in at the moment, that he is still standing on everything he has said over the years. One thing has ruined everything for Akademiks and is seriously going to change his career and the state of hip-hop in terms of the information coming out in general. Now, before we get any further into this, be sure to leave.
Akademiks is going to have to stop glazing Drake because Drake is about to start making different type of music. Drake is about to start making the music that Akademiks is not able to relate to. Also, he need money. He got to save up all his money for these petitions. He's not going to be able to have Akademiks on his payroll anymore. Akademiks is feeling the fire of Drake not showing up to his live. He don't do lives with him. So it's like, damn, my friends telling me I'm bugging. Hey, the world keep telling me I'm bugging. Man, this shit getting to me, bro. Man, Drake. I see it's gonna snap one day. He about to snap.
Leave a like and subscribe, it helps me out a ton. And so now with what Akademiks did that has just pulled the curtain down on what we can now say is the fortune he has built on just lying and deceiving his audience, revolved around one of the most talked about moments in every music fan's year in none other than Spotify Wrapped. And now with the 2024 yearly listening recaps just dropping, Ak shared his, and already from here, we saw that while his most listened to artist in 2024 was Drake, his second was Kendrick Lamar. And because of this, Ak was already getting a lot of backlash. And between this and the fact that he had been more critical of Drake recently, his supporters, who majority are also Drake stans, were ready to just lose it on him. But Big Ak saved himself by having Kendrick Lamar at number 2 by turning it into a way to praise Drake once again.
Look. Normally, he might read it.
In a manner, and saying that it was because of the beef that Ak gave more attention to Kendrick and turned it into a sentiment to make Drake sound even greater, as he is bringing up anybody whose name is attached to him at all. And I mean, for the situation he was in, this was a pretty decent cover-up, I guess. But now after this, what happened next with Ak showed that on a lot of levels, a lot of what he has said this year and tried to paint about Drake has pretty much been a sheer and utter lie. Because after flipping through his Spotify on stream, he accidentally showed us his top 100 most listened to songs of the year, and really in what is going to go down as one of the most hilarious clips but also revealing in terms of where the integrity of journalism is at in recent hip-hop history. Akademiks showed the camera this top 100 songs, and as soon as he realized that now the entire world has seen his #1 most listened to track in 2024, which was Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us, I mean, look at the guy's face. He knew it was over and that he is never going to get in Drake's good graces again, because from the way he quickly gets startled and then freaked out, you can just clearly see that Ak didn't want to show people this. And really, with the fact that before any
yes, he did.
Drake's song was on this list, also Euphoria was here as it was his 3rd most listened to song of the year. And when you look at this all together and you realize that Ak has been trying to push the narrative, that all of the hype from Not Like Us was manufactured and that only machines are streaming it and not real people, The fact that it is now the song he has listened to most in 2024 is just really the craziest plot twist that could have ever happened in Ak's world, and it seems like he already knew that now as the world had seen that over any Drake music, he has been bumping not one but two Kendrick Lamar songs that are directly responsible for ending and shattering Drake's career and reputation more than anything else. It seems like after the way things were already going for him and Drake, that Ak knows he is done here, and at this point, between everything he has been put through behind the scenes, in a way, after just embracing the fact that Not Like Us was his top listened to song, on some level it seems like he's not even fearing the consequences of Drake never trusting him again and feeding him information. And maybe this is because he's realizing that despite all he has done for Drake, because really, in this narrative-based era where the content and messaging Ak has been pushing out was supporting Drake and the position he has been trying to keep more than his actual music has for years. When you look at what Ak has done and what Drake has given him in return, he's really not done much for him, and beyond using him as a beneficial platform for his rap career, and sampling him on a track like Push-Ups, which I'm sure Ak did not receive any sort of ownership of the track for. And making it all sink in for Ak, Drake is always hanging out with other big content creators and going on other people's streams who don't even have any—
What's up with him and shoulders, bruh? There's no way you gotta have your arm around somebody's neck like that, bruh. He be trying to little bro people for real, bro. It don't go like that. Like, I see if you like, yo, this my guy right here. This is my dude. Yo, it look like he choking him. That's wild. Dude looks scary, son.
And creators and going on other people's streams who don't even have any sort of relationship with him in the first place. And he's seemingly done this before he even ever considers being seen with Ak. So really, with this entire situation for both Drake and Akademiks, it's hard to tell who really looks worse here, because in the case of Drake, he made the person who was running one of the most pivotal parts of his entire operation this year to defeat and deface Kendrick Lamar's reputation. And really, again, and for Drake especially, where narratives online are so important, this may have been the most important job of them all. Somebody who seemingly likes his biggest rival's music way more than we have all thought, and for someone like Drake, who boasted about how calculated and on top of everything he was on a track like The Heart Part 6. Well, even more than ever, that was clearly a lie, because after a little research and digging, the internet found clips back from when Ak was on Everyday Struggle with Joe Budden and Wayno, where he said that Drake had no classic albums, and that Kendrick Lamar had 3, and also that Kendrick Lamar is just better than Drake straight up, and that Drake is soft for never addressing his issues with Kendrick Lamar in a direct way. And all of these are from 2017 to 2018, so this is really not even that long ago in the grand picture of it all. So now looking back here and seeing how Ak's demeanor has switched over the years and how—
I was thinking those Complex joints was like 2014 or something like that. Them joints was yesterday.
Despite being supposedly used as a puppet for Drake, before he became the Ak everyone he knows him as, and a lot despise him for being today. He was a massive fan of Kendrick Lamar just a few years ago. And now knowing that he is still listening to his new songs this year more than anything that Drake put out, I mean, both of these guys just look like absolute clowns, because Ak is showing that he has no integrity as a voice in hip-hop media, as for whatever reason, despite his listening history and comments from years ago saying otherwise, he has pledged his allegiance to Drake and has entire pages ran by employees that are dedicated to helping shape his image within a stronger light. Meanwhile, behind the scenes and in the past, he has directly expressed that what he's been putting into the world now is not really reflecting how he feels. And I mean, for Drake, the fact that after trying to use one of the biggest voices in hip-hop media as a puppet to push the ideas and sentiments that you wanted to get out there, that on some level he may be against you and that his heart is really not in what he's saying, this isn't just a terrible look for Drake that's adding another reason to the long-running list of why he had one of the worst years any rapper of his size ever has, and why his strategy in this beef was absolutely terrible. But after one of the themes and turning points in Kendrick and Drake's back and forth came from 616 in LA, where Kendrick rapped about the fact that people around Drake and within his circle are actually working for him, the fact that the supposed biggest supporter, advocate, and stan of Drake this entire time seemingly loves Kendrick Lamar and has been trying to hide it from us just makes this moment a little more powerful than it already was. And I think no matter how you look at this situation and what you want to interpret from it, for Akademiks just really being a joke in hip-hop, and for him now proving that this seemingly delusional loyalty to Drake and rage towards Kendrick Lamar, along with everything else he has done on a lot of levels, has been an act, Kendrick's bars from throughout this year, whether it was 616's line directly calling out that he can see something is up with Ak as he name-dropped him, or to him later saying with his Black Air Forces track that media personalities are pushing false narratives for their own financial benefit. We are just seeing in real time another layer get uncovered to the stuff Kendrick has been rapping about, and with both Drake and Akademiks, with the way their relationship has already been moving and the way Drake fans and OVO have been turning on Ak already, from here, this can really change the way Ak may approach everything going forward, because it's definitely shaken up a lot of his relationships behind the scenes. And for Drake, while he already only used Akademiks for his own benefit, and it's clear that he doesn't want to be friends with the guy on any level, now I'd imagine that Ak may be added to the long-running list of people who he is not on good terms with. And really, after seeing the way this year has went in hip-hop, and now seeing this moment where the rapper and personality who tried to fool the culture and hold it within a state where the bar of quality had never been lower, are just having their entire careers and relationship crumble as the truth is coming to light, overall just really seems like the most fitting way for these two frauds in their own rights to have some of the biggest fall-offs we have seen in quite some time. And so now with all of that said, let me know, what do you think about Ak secretly being a fan of Kendrick Lamar's music, and how do you think the shakeup between him and Drake is going to change things going forward? Now I can't wait to hear what you have to say about this entire situation, and also while we're talking about Ak and his Spotify Wrapped and how much trouble that's caused him, take a look at my most listened to artists of the year here, and let me know who you were listening to the most in 2024 as well. No.
Oh, so you're a Kanye fan. Okay, I see you. Chromacopia. Well, so, okay. See, me, I'm still old school. I ain't got Spotify. I do everything off YouTube. I don't do streaming, none of that.
I'm really excited to see who you guys have been listening to throughout this historic year in hip-hop. And now, while we are having this conversation about yearly listening recaps, do you think when someone like Akademiks has an artist he has bashed in his top 5 like he did with Kendrick Lamar, that it is showing that they may be fans behind the scenes no matter what they show us up front? And now if you made it to this point in the video,
I remember when he said he was on the Complex joint, he was like, yo, Drake could never amount up to Kendrick Lamar. He already said it. So it's like this whole gap from 2017 to now, what happened? Drake happened. Drake start paying them off. Look, I ain't gonna be able to come on your stream, but I'm gonna hit you with a little something. Just talk about me all the time. I just need you to glaze up, get your glazes up, and I'm gonna just be hitting you off. Boom, 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 boom. And then you just glaze from there. That's what he been saying to Akademiks behind closed doors. That's what's been going on. But now, since Drake need his money to fight in court, he's not gonna be able to have Akademiks on the payroll anymore, and that's what you see happening now. Akademiks is spiraling out, and Drake is spiraling out. So y'all caught the video I had just dropped. Absent effing Lutely, the old girl, our sister. She broke down what Drake is trying to do. She broke it down. She broke down what Drake is trying to do with the streaming and all of that, trying to get a whole new audience and all that stuff. He's spiraling, bro. He's spiraling. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about this video. Shout out to Fantastic Hip Hop. Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to them. Like, comment, share, all that good stuff. Big Kish signing out. I'm going, y'all.